my fellow comic book collectors, it's Alan, the Comic Collector Geek, and this is the finale of this Grail unboxing series. This is episode 11. Now, this one will have some big books. There is one major Grail at the end that I will be showing you, and it is a pretty cool book. I was pretty excited that I could find it. Yeah, I didn't think I could find it, actually. And I didn't think I would ever be able to afford this book because it's a pretty expensive book. But one came up, and the guy was willing to negotiate. It is low grade, but the guy was willing to negotiate, so I got a pretty major book. There's actually two major books, well, two or three, four, four major books in this unboxing. It is a finale. You gotta expect big things. Okay, so let's get into the very first book. Which is a cool book in its own right. This is Green Llama number 4. And this is a really interesting Green Llama because he is literally bombing Japan. He's swooping down and he's aiming for Tokyo. It's like a really cool cover because this one, if you look at the date, it's 4 of 1945, so that's like April of 1945. This is not that far off from when they actually did bomb Japan, so very interesting cover in that respect. So this is covered by Macroboy, and it is the origin of the Green Llama's magic, and it's a World War II cover. And yeah, just a really cool book. So yeah, I've been trying to get the complete run of Green Llama. I don't know how many issues I'm missing. I think it's like 2 or 3, but I thought this was cool. So, and you can get strong in the back. I need to use the powers of this for Judo Man. So yeah, that reference might be over some people's heads, but yeah, yeah, we got you know, build your body. How to make your body bring you fame instead of shame. Yeah. So Green Llama, number 4. Okay. Next one. It wraps it really, really well. Okay, one sec here. Oh, that totally failed. One sec here. This one's really taped, so just bear with me for a sec. Okay, so this is one of the bigger books. If I can get it out. And it's a really nice grade. So there was actually an auction going on when I bought this one. And there was an auction for a 0.5 copy of this one. And I was debating about bidding on it. And it was probably going to go for about $1,000, the 0.5. And I was like, do I really want to pay Yeah, it was a nice presenting 0.5, actually. But it was like missing a bunch of pages. And it was a 0.5. It's incomplete. And then I saw this one, and this one was actually listed for, I believe it was like $1,500 or $1,700 or something like that. It was fairly high, but it had best offer. So I was like, best offer. So I negotiated the guy down to $1,300, which I thought was a really good price. It was like half of what FMV was or something like that. So this is Batman number 59. It is a sci-fi cover, which is really cool. But it is also the first appearance of Bloodshot. Or Deadshot, I should say. Deadshot. I always mix up Bloodsport and Deadshot. So, Deadshot. So it says, first appearance of Deadshot, Floyd Lawton, Batman in the future cover and story, Joker from the future appearance. It has a small amount of glue on the cover, so, but that's it. It's not restored though, it's a blue label, 4.0. So to get a 4.0 for almost the price of a 0.5, pretty good deal. I was quite happy. I've always wanted this book. I always thought it was a really great sci-fi cover for Batman. It's really interesting. He's got like this bat rocket. It's really, really interesting. And it's, you know, the original Deadshot was very different than the one that was in the movie. The movie, that was the second Deadshot. The original Deadshot, he was like an aristocrat, and that was just a very good marksman. And yeah, kind of a cool character in his own right. So this is Bill Finger and David Verne stories, and it has Bob Kane and Schwartz cover. It's really cool. And I got the Daisy rifle on the back. It's just a beautiful copy of Batman 59. And this is a pretty major book. I was quite excited to get it, finally. I've been looking for that book for a while. I'm a big Batman collector, actually, if you look behind me. It was one of the few books that really got me into reading comics. Like, when I was a kid, I would get, like, you know, Richie Rich and Uncle Scrooge and all those books, but I really didn't read them for the most part. What I would do is look at the pictures and kind of figure out the story based on the pictures. When I got into high school, though, not high school, in university, I really said, okay, I'm going to actually read the comics a bit better. And it was Batman that really got me into reading the stories and really enjoying them. That was kind of an interesting time period to get into reading of Batman as well, because it was like the Bane breaking the back and the Dark Knight series. So it was a really good time to get into Batman, actually. And it made me really like the character even more. I mean, the movies helped a lot too. I really enjoyed the movies. So, yeah. So I really like to get all the key appearances and key books for Batman. Okay, this next one, this is one where I really just like the cover. It's another series that I've been collecting. And it's a very affordable series. Like, you can buy these books $10, like, all day long. But I wanted to get a graded one, just for presentation purposes. And I was actually hoping that the guy would give me, like, a best offer or something where I could get the price down on this book. But it's a really nice copy. One sec here. Get it out. Okay, there we go. Wow, was really in there. It's really well protected. So this is Miss America Comics, Miss America Magazine, Volume 7, number 28, from Timely Comics, 1948. And I just really liked the cover. I just thought it was a really cute cover. The girl reminds me of a girl that I had a crush on when I was a kid. So just a really great cover. And it's a 6.0, so really high grade for these Miss Americas. Usually these Miss Americas were given to girls and they were really beaten up. Like, finding high grade copies is actually quite hard. But you know, I managed to find this one. I probably could have bought this raw for about $10 to $20. This was $100. So I figured, hey, why not? You know, a little bit extra, but high grade, presents really, really well. You can see that it's targeted to girls. Even the ads are very much more for girls. And it's just a really great, you know, cover. I really like these ones that kind of capture that time period, like of the early 50s. And this one does that. Actually, late 40s, so early 50s, late 40s has that, where people had, like, you know, their letters on their chests and stuff like that. I always think that was cool. So yeah, so Miss America, number 28. So yeah, just a cool book. Okay. So now we're getting into some kind of major books that are really great. I mean, these ones are pretty cool books. These are both kind of good girl Good Girl art cover Grails. And they go for big money, crazy money actually, for these two. And one of these is actually one of my favorite Good Girl art covers of all time. But I'll show you that second of the two. This one, the tape is brutal on these books. What's going on? They used the wrong kind of tape. It's hard to get out. Okay. There we go. I'm getting rid of you, Mr. Tape. And I'm going to put this over here. This is the first one. And this is Racket Squad in Action. And it's number 5 from Charlton Comics 1953. And this is a classic headlight cover. Just bondage headlight cover. You got these weird ghosts in the background as well. Dr. Neff smashes the smook racket. And it's just a classic Good Girl headlight cover. It's just this one I actually got for a reasonable price. The guy, I think I paid $500 for it. And other copies in lower grades were going for over $1,000. So, and there was a heritage auction where it went for over $1,000 and like a 3 or something like that. It was like really low grade, not really low grade, but lower grade, and it went for big money. So I was quite excited to get this for a reasonable price. So yeah, so this is a Frank Frollo cover, and it's just yeah, just a really cool book. You know, great headlight cover. What can you say? I'm not sure what else to say about it. Very interesting. I'm surprised that they got away with this. I mean, look at this right here. Just I'm a little bit surprised that they got away with that. It's a little bit more almost almost not meant for kids. Very cool book. Yeah, really great cover. Okay. This next one is really one of my favorite. I've been trying to get this book. I even bought a reprint of it just because I never thought I would find a copy of this book. And I really like the cover. It's like it's a really great one. It's like there, if I can get the tape off. It's Dizzy Dames, number 4. And it's in a 5.0, another nice grade. And this is a really pricey book. It's really hard to find. It's hard to find in high grade. And it's just a really cute cover. I just like the way the girl presents. I just think it's so cute. She's just so cute. And she's got the milk thing, and she's going over to the chickens. She's gonna milk the chickens, you know, as you do. So yeah, she's just kind of a ditzy character, as the name would imply. Her name's Morticia. Actually, I have her first appearance, which is in what's it called? Kilroy Comics. So this is no Morticia. The cows are the ones with the horns. So yeah, he's explaining which animals she needs to milk. So just a really fun one. It's a Ken Bald cover, and I'm a big fan of Ken Bald as well. So very cool. From American Comics Group 1953. And it's just really, I mean, this is, I don't know why this isn't a 5.0, I tell you the truth. I mean, maybe the reason it's a 5.0, and the front, you would think, oh, this is way better than a 5.0, is actually on the back. There's a bit of spotting on the back there, a bit of tanning, but that's it. That's what's wrong with it. But the front cover presents amazingly well. Really sharp copy. So I was quite excited to get that one, and I got the 2 for, I think it was like $1,300 for the 2. So I was quite happy about that. Okay, this next book. So I showed one major Batman key. This is even bigger Batman key, and I was quite excited to get this one. Didn't think I would get it ever. I thought this one was always going to be out of my price range, because even incomplete copies go for big money. They actually shipped it really, really well. So they put a whole bunch of things protected because very expensive book. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the big book that I got. And actually I got this for the same price as a 0.5. So really good price on this one. It's Detective Comics number 140. And you can see the flaw of this cover. You can see a big piece is gone right there. And that's really why it got the low grade. Because it actually presents incredibly well. You can see the back. It's very solid. It's just that corner that's been removed. Fortunately, there's actually nothing happening in this corner if you see the full copy. And this is from DC Comics 1948. It is a Win Mortimer cover, and it is the origin and the first appearance of the Riddler. So this is the Golden Age Riddler first appearance. Now, many people know the Silver Age first appearance of the Riddler, where he's in like a spinny vortex, and it's a pink cover. But this is the first Golden Age appearance of the Riddler. Major rogues gallery villain for Batman. And I just really wanted to get those major keys for Batman, so this is one of them. Detective Comics number 140. Just a major book. I especially like this comic because the Riddler is on the cover. That's especially interesting because if you think about the Scarecrow and Two-Face, they don't appear on the cover. Even the Joker doesn't appear on the cover of Batman 1, which is his first appearance. And so having the character appear on the cover is a really nice thing. So this one was always especially interesting for me to get. Detective Comics 140 from 1948. Just a really great book. I'm super excited to get it. I never thought I would own a copy of Detective 140. And the guy was really willing to negotiate with me, and I got it for a great price. So 1948, wow. Just a really cool book. So yeah. And got the Adventures of RC on the back. I don't know what that is. But just really cool book. So that is it. That's the finale. I hope you enjoyed it. In this one, there was a few major books. And pretty much throughout this series, there's been a few major books that I've sprinkled throughout. And I hope you watch the full series because you can check out what those other books were. And please subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and thanks again for watching. Bye for now.